Welcome, Cancer. It's me, Barbara James. How are you doing? I've got your reading here for May 2020. I've got a lot of feelings about the moon in this reading. So you are ruled by the moon and your element is water. So obviously it affects you. Your house is the fourth house, and which is all about home and family. It's really important to you. And I can say us because it's actually my first sign as well. Okay, so let's have a look. At the end of the reading, we're going to open one of your chakras as well, just to feel the energy of the universe flowing through our bones and soul and body. Okay, let's have a look. So then the Emperor is in the middle of the reading with the Six of Wands. So I feel like you're in a position of that you're feeling comfortable in. You've worked hard to kind of have this feeling of responsibility. People look up to you. It's like a king, this Emperor. Some people say it's like all of the four kings put together, actually. So you could be sitting in a very comfortable position where you're feeling quite comfortable, actually. You know, people look up to you. You're respected. You're kind of an authoritative figure. It could be that someone else is around you that's like that, but if you're in this energy anyway, it's affecting your life. There's wisdom here. There's sort of a sense of success. Can be a male energy as well. It's about being able to resist temptation and overcome challenges. So basically, when problems need tackling or fighting, this fighting spirit's needed, then this card carries you through. And this Six of Wands is all about that too. I mean, it's about coming through battles, this sort of success after being through a difficult situation. So feeling admired, and people are looking up to you. They want to decorate you. Yeah, I mean, it can even talk about proposals with the Six of Wands, but it's after a long hard slog, and so you've got to this position of success. So it's very nice, Cancer. Not like a flash in the pan. It's very long-winded and deserved success, really. But then, I don't know, I mean, Cancerians, we can be quite moody. And so with the Four of Cups, there's a kind of feeling of being a bit down in the dumps. Something's not making you feel emotionally fulfilled in some way. You've got plenty and you've been offered more, but you're not sure if you want to take it. So in some situation, there's a repeating sort of pattern where you think, I've been there, done it, got the t-shirt, I don't know if I want to carry on doing that. So there's a question about your position. You're wondering, do you want to carry on as you are? You are seen very imperfect. I mean, all the cards have come in for you as a Cancerian that should too. You got the Queen of Cups, so this is your card. So look how gorgeous. This is what you've known already. This is the energy you've been in. Sitting by the sea, water around her. She's got lovely, just very romantic feeling. I feel like the way she's sitting in an open shell there and holding her cup. So that's equivalent to her heart. She's holding that up to the universe or to whoever she comes into contact with. Very open-hearted. Sometimes we can be seen as hard on the outside, but we're actually very soft on the inside. So once you get to know a Cancerian, you won't be disappointed. To be the typical type of Cancerian anyway. We're soft on the inside. But yeah, a natural empath, very somebody people will come to for counselling if they, you're open to that. That's a typical Cancerian. I mean, you can have plenty of other Cancerians who've got a strong rising, say Aries, which might not feel as, gooey, if you like. They're a bit more like, I'm out there, I'm out the door. But yeah, your typical Cancerian would be like that. So very beautiful energy and just really nurturing, cares about other people, romantic type. Gorgeous. And then you're thinking about, it's the moon card, so this again affects you, Cancer, because I think it's something like 72%, all of us, not just Cancerians, are made of water, but Cancerians particularly so. I mean, being a water element, ruled by the moon, we're really affected by the moon. And the moon can talk about us feeling like things are not obvious. We're finding it, things are a bit like in the moonlight, and you can't quite see clearly, and something might look intimidating as well. I mean, you've got those walls, they look in the shadows, and it's about passing through intimidating and shadows, which they can represent a gateway to enlightenment. So we're going through, or it's you're thinking about, and she's got keys there that would suggest her keys to being able to find deeper wisdom. So it's encouraging us to go beyond something that might feel quite disproportionately difficult, or intimidating. And sometimes illusions have, well, they can have both positive and negative effects. And fears that are blown out of proportion can obviously have a limiting influence. So I know personally for me, when it's a full moon, I feel extremely sensitive. So I know that the emergency services as well, for it's a fact, they say they know that there'll be more incidents on the roads, and more, I don't know, issues come up. So they have more, I think they have to have more ambulances on standby or something, or they just know that they factor that in. It's a fact, So we are affected by the moon. So maybe it's worth checking out which phases the moon's in before you take on big projects, or if you need to have a heart-to-heart with someone, make sure it's when it's an auspicious moon for you. And so they're saying about, things being blown out of proportion, but also they say about how the rosy haze of illusion can be a relief to the troubled mind. So it has its place, if you're not seeing things quite clearly. But if we listen to our inner voice and to our true selves, we can imagine our own dreams and manifest them into reality. So imagination can enrich life, basically. And then you've got the energy as you go forward as the King of Wands. I mean, you've got the Emperor and the King of Wands. So it's like having a very strong influence of this male energy. And I mean, you might have someone around you who's like this, or it might be part of your energy, but it's what you're moving forward in. So, if it's your partner, obviously it will affect you as much almost as if it's you. But with the King of Wands, it's a very confident a fire sign, so Leo, Aries or Sagittarius, very charming, rules with a velvet glove rather than an iron fist. So he's super confident. And they always say with this, even though in this picture he doesn't particularly look like he's going to jump up, but in other decks he looks like he's leaning forward and raring to go. And it doesn't no doubt, the King of Wands oozes confidence and charm, and can get people on board very easily. So if that's your energy, Cancer, it'll make you very successful. It's helpful in success and helpful in relationships as well, because you can kind of encourage people to come along with you. And it's what's the word? You'll instigate projects, and people will happily follow you. It's a warm, very warm energy, very fire energy with the King of Wands. Yeah, okay, so imagine water and heat. It heats things up, doesn't it? Things bubble up, and then action starts happening. And you've got this with the Eight of Wands, and this is you going forward, and it's saying things will speed up. There's action coming in. You'll be casting out your it's like shooting an arrow. You don't quite know where it's going to land, but it's movement, and lots of things can be speeding up. You might not know where it's going to land, but you're pulling back that bow, and ready to fire it. So you're wanting movement and action, and can talk about with the Eight of Wands as Cupid's love arrows as well, flying through the air. So you might be sending out your arrows, or maybe these arrows are coming towards you, Cancer. And then around you, you've got the Ace of Wands, which is a passionate new beginning. Always see the butterfly in this as transformation as well. So you might be thinking about transforming something in your life. It can also be about, being stirred up and aroused in every way that you can think possible with the image on the card. So it's a passionate, fiery start. It's a beginning with something, and it's sort of like comes from the earth. It's just, it all comes from within your soul. It's just bursts out. It's really it's like, where does it come from? It's your inner soul and your inner spark. There's a passionate new energy around you to start some new project or some connection with someone, maybe. And then on your mind is the Judgment card, or the Karma card as it's seen in here, which is talking about rebirth and transformation. And you might have to you're maybe thinking about making a life decision. So it's like an awakening. There could be a change in your circumstances. You could, in your work, there could be a promotion, or you might be retiring even. But it's saying you might be feeling like it's a difficult choice, and it means because it's a destruction of old habits or outworn concepts before you symbolically are reborn. So seeing the world in full colour again, because you can see they're sort of grey or in shadow figures coming up. But it can make you feel restored mentally, physically or emotionally, and it gives you this vital energy to enjoy life. So this is on your mind, you're debating about that. And then you've got this overriding energy for this part of the reading is a Temperance card. So this can be linked with Sagittarius energy, and it talks about the flow of life and connections between the conscious and the unconscious. It's blending male and female, so all about balance really. Logic and intuition, yin and yang. So each requires the opposite to form its whole. So it's a balanced and adaptable influence in the reading. So it's nice to see that energy. I mean, you got the Six of Wands earlier as well, and the Queen of Cups. That's a very, very nurturing, balanced energy as well. So talking about being a well-rounded person, our actions set events in motion, and then opportunities can happen. And with this card, I always feel like there's a sense of helping humanity in general. So it's anything that's poured out of this goblet. I mean, you can see there's sort of magic involved there, because that physically doesn't make sense, But pouring anything from one cup into another, so anything you pour out will be replenished. And she's got one foot on the ground and one foot in the water there. So for clarifiers for the Temperance card, or for the overriding energy, from the Morgan Greer deck, I shuffled these cards, and you got the Fool energy, which is a wow energy, and Major Arcana, and the Four of Cups, so which is repeated because you already had the Four of Cups here. So that's why I was thinking about moods and things like that, and not feeling there's something that emotionally you're not feeling that happy about. But with the Temperance and the Fool card, they're the two major arcana cards in the reading, so that gives them more significance. They're like trump cards. So there's this balanced healing energy with the Temperance, and then the Fool energy is like wanting to take a leap of faith, do something that's out of character, that other people might be surprised by. They'll be like, wow, that's I didn't see that coming. But you're thinking about maybe taking some kind of leap of faith, or starting a brand new project, a complete new cycle. It's the beginning of all the cards. I mean, sometimes people say it's the very end of all the major arcana, but it's starting again. It's a fresh beginning with something. You could be a lot lighter. And I like the Fool energy because he or she is doesn't have an agenda. They just are pure of spirit, pure-hearted, and want to live and experience for the sake of living and experiencing, to have that, zest for life as well. So really lovely energy. But again, seeing the Four of Cups, you're not sure about it. So the Four of Cups is saying you're holding back on maybe this new beginning in some project or in a relationship maybe. So yeah, with the Four of Cups, you maybe just need to take some more time. You might need some healing yourself. There might be healing energy that's needed. And maybe try and look at the cup as half full as well as half empty. Sometimes it can be, with all that ivy growing on his head, that looks quite difficult to see clearly, doesn't it? So, even water therapy, getting enough sleep, eating and drinking properly to make sure you're feeling as good as you can, to make sure your mind is clear, to be able to see which way you want to go, Cancer. Right, okay, I'll pop those back there. And so you got the runestone, which also was the a moon as well. So this is saying that it's a protector of the guardian of the earth. But it also says with this that great change is forecast, and they can mean major life changes. So the Fool is a major life change. I mean, it's huge, but you've got Temperance with it, so it feels like you're making sure you're ready before you do that, any change. So, and then let's do the Romance Angels before we do the wishing bowl to open your chakra. But a lovely reading, Cancer, and very moderate. You're being careful about a big change. You're not just leaping in or taking a chance, but you've got experience under your belt with the Emperor energy. You've been through, you're experienced, and you've got wisdom on your side. So you're not just going to jump into any major change. It's something that you'll take time to consider. You've probably had experiences in the past where you've realised when you've had your fingers burned, that sort of thing. So major change might make you feel a bit like you want to balk. I mean, I know it's not the most loveliest way to put it, but you're really cautious. Okay, Cancer, so let's see if there's a message, any romance in this energy for Cancer. The interesting thing about Cancerians as well is that they're really able to imitate other people, and they say it's from this kind of sensitive appreciation for other people. So there was, I noticed that, I mean, I really like Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks as actors. We've also got a family friend who's called Tom, and all of them are Cancerians. And we were saying there's some kind of link with Tom and the Cancerians. Do you know a Cancerian called Tom? But yeah, especially Tom Hanks. He's a clever actor, but it's from this observation of human behaviour, you know, able to kind of mimic and can be quite comical when they want to be, or when we want to be. Yeah. But caring, protective, traditional, can be moody, love music and art. I love dancing. I mean, my mum's a Cancerian, my grandmother was a Cancerian, or one of my grandmothers was, and my sister is Cancerian. So yeah, I know they all love dancing and music. Sometimes they can hang on to things, you know, very tenaciously, even after they sort of are useful to them in their lives. The sort of situation could be really worn out, but the Cancerian will hang on anyway in the most perilous of storms. Also very protective parents, and traditional, and really hold family close to their hearts. So I mean, if you're a Cancerian that's looking at making a major change, I'm sure you'll be considering all of the family as well. It won't be just your needs. So yeah, there's a lot to think about, isn't there? But you are the initiating change type people in the tarot, or in astrology rather. You're idea people, reacting signs. So you set goals and can be self-motivated and insightful and ambitious. So you've got the energy for new beginnings and to start things and influence other signs as well. Right, okay. Let's see, a romance energy for Cancer. Right, what have we got? Very soon. Ooh, that's exciting. So you've been thinking for a long time, and it looks like something might come to a head for you. It says, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Are they thinking very deeply, maybe? It's very romantic. I love the old-fashioned images on these cards. Right, okay, let's do the wishing bowl for you. So I thought it'd be really nice to, because of the ivy growing on that card there, I thought it'd be quite nice to clear the crown chakra. So if you think of the colour violet for the crown chakra on the top of the head, and it will help us to connect and open up spiritually and feel in flow with the divine energy and the light, you know, the energy of light and source of healing energy as well. Okay, so if you can sit comfortably somewhere where you can close your eyes, open up your shoulders and straighten up your spine. Gorgeous. And then take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. One more time, inhale and exhale. Okay, Cancer, this is for you to open up your crown chakra. Enjoy. Yes, quite a charged ring there, just charged. Wow. Okay, so you're on it and you're fired up, I think, about something. Right, Cancer, that's the end of the reading. I love doing it for you. I hope you did enjoy it too as much as me. Remember to click on subscribe and like. I am available for doing readings. I can actually do readings as gifts as well for your friends or family. If there's anyone you think would like one, I'm doing that for someone today actually. But yeah, sending you loads of love and light. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you for being here. Bye for now.